And we're set to go with Verdes over the ball and Udinese in their blue. Cosmos will be shooting at the goal to our right, Udinese to our left, with Barcelona having won a second consecutive penalty kick shootout that involved Fluminense. Fluminense losing 2, so they go home as 4th place. Barcelona in 3rd place. Udinese, which finished in the same neighborhood as Lazio in the 1st division of the Italian standings, as Neeskens settles that one down and gives it off to Pedro DeBrito. Cosmos, last time out, if you weren't with us, you missed a gem. They destroyed Barcelona 5 goals to 3. Bogi too far for Bray, but Stan Terlecki. Stan had an outstanding match against Barcelona. Inside for Bogi, and now Agostini has it. And Miano settles. Challenged by Green, Bogi wins it away. And, calmly sends it to Eski. Not enough pace on it, and here comes Galparoli on an overlap. Dino Galparoli on the right side with Verdes on a run. Crisscrossing with Verdes inside for Calzio, and he goes down. A free kick for Udinese just outside the area, about 21 yards away from David Brcic.
Well, the pass went straight to Eski from Bogi way upfield. That tells you, of course, that there's a lot of space behind Eski because he's a left fullback, and of course, any smart team will immediately exploit that space on the counterattack, which is exactly what Udinese did. Now we see the Cosmos wall being set up there. Could be a dangerous set piece here by Calzio. Calzio not happy with the 10 yards here. But the referee's quite happy with it, and he's the only one who counts.
Calzio gets it back after it was teed up, and it slithers wide for the corner kick now off the wall. David Brcic in the nets. And for those of you wondering, Hubert Birkenmeyer is not under a contract with the Cosmos presently. Negotiations continue. The outswinger to be taken. As Edinho got a head to it, but Bray can't settle. It's headed back in right to David.
Moyers, by the way, went up for that header too, and he bumped heads with the Udinese player, and he is down in the goal area holding his head, and the Udinese player is holding his head out in midfield.
I believe it might have been Edinho and Moyers who had that collision, and Stevie hasn't budged since he went to his knees as David Brcic is checking him out on Trachtenberg, the trainer off the bench. We're just underway. The Cosmos and Udinese for the championship of the Transatlantic Challenge Cup. Jimmy had Paul Gardner pregame. Yeah. Seamus is on headset. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Right. Okay. With highlights. Okay. Cosmos on the attack as we're back to the live action with Terlecki now down the right wing. Moyers is okay. Back into the flow of play, as is Edinho for Udinese. Bogi with DeBrito to his right. Now Pedro, a member of the Cosmos for Terlecki. Centers looking for Moyers, and out comes Brini to pull it down with Green in front. A quick spring pass to Marchetti put away by Neeskens, and the Cosmos have it back, looking to build something in the 4th and 5th minute of play. Borja, watched by Gerolin. Chico couldn't get past the 3rd defender, and Agostini has it. Bogi challenging, so is Moyers, but Verdes circles away from Canter. And now Edinho, the Brazilian, to the midfield to Calzio, the ageless one.
Verdes going very, very deep, and Canter surprisingly going all the way with him.
A lift to the 18, and Brcic has it without any problems.
And about Gerry Gray filling in for him there, but also keeping an eye out for the dangerous Alberto Marchetti, who comes out of midfield.
Gray's lead too far for Terlecki and Edinho. Thinking about going back to Brini, but now we'll go back to Domenecini. Gray did a great job. He and Neeskens teaming on Maradona defensively during Monday's match. Gray was the first line of defense. Here is a break for Causio. A lead down the left side for Verdes. Verdes shot. Just wide to the left. Pietro Verdes.
What a good play by Causio, though. Look at how well he times this pass. DeBrito getting back late, and Canter is the one who has to leave his man to go wide right. Good idea to try to knock it up in the roof of the net as Brcic had gone to ground, and that's where there was some space. But the Cosmos escaped that one, luckily.
Chico at the midfield as we are just 6 minutes into this championship match. Settle on back for this nightcap as Barcelona defeated Fluminense on the penalty kick shootout. The final 7-6 in our third place match. Terlecki to Bogi with Green at the 18. A lift into empty space. Now Terlecki again back to Borja as Edinho has the head to it. Comes Udinese, Edinho, and Marchetti, and now to the wing. The Agostini to Causio. This is Miano. Paulo Miano to Verdes. Gerolin challenged by Chico, and Borja wins that ball. Circles away from Miano. Borja for Bogi. Bogicevic in the midfield. Leads Gray well. He's got Terlecki to his right. Moyers on the opposite post. Gray. And won by Marchetti.
Gerry Gray running into trouble there. We had some players on the outside to play to. Terlecki to play to, but he held it up a bit.
Miano and Eski puts it out.
Metropolitan Insurance Day is Sunday, June 24th. The Cosmos host defending champions, the Tulsa Roughnecks. The first 15,000 youngsters, 16 and under, will receive a T-shirt, courtesy of Metropolitan Insurance and the Cosmos.
Causio down the right side. Neeskens nods it away and controls it so very well.
On the other hand, the Cosmos are giving an alarming amount of room to Franco Causio, who's such a skillful player and such an experienced player. He'll murder you if you give him that kind of time. He's still got some pace left, but he's got a lot of savvy. And I want to do something about marking him a bit more tightly.
Borja in the midfield. 37 minutes first half. Edinho cuts off the lead intended for Moyers, and now Miano in his own end.
Quite an open game so far. Neither side playing that game-killing offside trap that can so often characterize some of these international matches, as it did early on in the game between Udinese and Fluminense last Monday, until they broke each other down a few times. Ooh.
Square pass, nobody decided to pick it off. Udinese has it back. Causio now with Miano to his right. Slips it inside for Marchetti. Settled by Verdes, and he puts it back now. Udinese building something from the midfield. Gerolin squares it to Causio. He's got a runner in the box. It's Verdes to lead to the far post. The Agostini just wide of Brcic, and settled by Neeskens for David.
Well, that's one of the things you don't want to do. That is to give the ball away in midfield to a talented international opponent such as Udinese. The Cosmos must be careful not to make that kind of mistake again.
Terlecki's got a runner on the right. It's Gray. Cuts back to the other side. 36 minutes first half. Reminder, something super coming this summer on Sports Channel, so get ready for all the home team action you could possibly want this summer on Sports Channel. In fact, we'll be here Saturday for the match with the arch rival Chicago Sting, 3 o'clock New York time. Neeskens for Bogi to Borja. Chico slips it for Bogi. Udinese wins it back. Domenecini, and now Borja challenging, and Domenecini back on it, challenged by Terlecki.
You see Neeskens coming forward quite a bit. Of course, sweeper should feel free to do that if he is a true libero. That is a free player. But he can only do it if, in fact, he sees the opponents are not throwing a lot of players forward in numbers. And that's, of course, the case at the moment. But they can counterattack so swiftly that you have to be careful to get back or have others cover for you if you make that run.
Alberto Marchetti tried it down the right side. Chico got a head to it. Great foot by Miano, but over the touchline for the throw-in. Gerry Gray.
Tampa Bay 2, Chicago 2 is in progress at the moment. Glenn and Granitza, and McLeod and Tattoo for Tampa Bay. Toronto leading Minnesota 2-0.
Wow.
Calvert and Reagan with the goals.
The year the Strikers have had so far, and the Rowdies as well. Rowdies at 3-3, having defeated the Sting the other night, as Moyers is taken down by Cattaneo. We'll be seeing the Toronto Blizzard in here on the 17th. The Sting next Saturday. Bogey over the ball for the free kick. Chico. Now Dan Canter to Neeskens. 10.5 minutes in, a lead for Moyers, and now Brini tries to settle as Gerolin cuts it off of Udinese, and a scoreless match has it back. Bob Lee and Seamus Mallon live at Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, the championship of the Transatlantic Challenge Cup. Chico takes it out of the air. Gerry nods it ahead, but a push against Gerry Gray against Marchetti.
Cabaña's not playing today because of an injury he sustained while sliding on a hopeless ball out of bounds here in the rain, and damaging a hamstring by trying to do that piece of theater. It didn't work, and it's cost him a few games.
Bogey gets past Marchetti and lays it off for Chico, and Agostini has it now. A break for Udinese. Agostini, DeBrito nods it away. Miano tangles for it. This is Verdes on the ball now. Plays it wide. Eski watching defensively. Eski bats it down. Back into the box, and Neeskens to Eski. And now Causio, watched by Eski. With that little bit of skill by Franco Causio, and he and Eski going shoulder to shoulder, back to back. It will be a free kick, I do believe, indirect, just outside the area.
That's a little hard to believe. They're both players flicking the ball up in the air, but let's see if who reaches in here. Well, yes, he did reach around, and the follow-through came up a little bit high, so it's a judgment call, a reasonable decision.
Causio puts it into play. Bogey bats it down. Bicycle attempt put over the top by Brcic on Verdes, who scissored it from 17 yards.
Bogey's partial clearance picked off beautifully by Verdes here with only one chance, and that is to bicycle, and he does it. And David was to it. You'll see the Bogey is stretching out here but does not control it, and Verdes with the scissors right in front of a player. And the referee allowed it, and Brcic knocked it over, and we're back with a corner kick.
And David gets partial hand to it and puts it wide to Eski. That's the second we've seen in this tournament, the second bicycle or scissors attempt. Moyers had one against Barcelona, which might have given him the hat trick that was stopped by the keeper. Brini is taken down at midfield, but no call as Edinho challenges and wins that ball. Moyers still looking for it, but Galparoli gets it ahead. And here comes Agostini. Causio on the right side. Borja watching. Lead for Verdes. Neeskens wins it away and sends it up to Moyers, who is 1-on-3. Steve to the wing. Miano watching.
Well, Alan Green playing a little bit withdrawn at the moment, trying to play off Moyers a bit, but Alan, I think, needs to put a bit more of a threat on the center of the back four for the Italians, who, of course, are so good at defending and support each other so well. And he had to try to break them down somehow, more often than not, by getting some players forward to hold them and by getting some play wide to stretch them.
This is Dan Canter, who played for Team America Wednesday evening, and if you missed the score, it's hard to imagine that you did. The USA tying the Italians in a scoreless draw, which had more action than the score may indicate on a dreadful night of weather here in New Jersey. So many of the Cosmos players were part of that big win, or I should say tie, but a moral win against the World Cup champions. Here comes Gerolin laying it back now on the right side. This is Causio with Verdes to his left. Slipping it ahead now for Pietro Verdes, watched by Neeskens. Verdes and sent out to Bogey, who has to wait for it, but slips it now for Gerry Gray.
great play by Neeskens, who's far and away the best Cosmos player on the field so far in the early going. Excellent at sweeping now. Here's a bad pass by Terlecki. But the Cosmos really having a lot of trouble, Bob, in the final third of the field. The pass is off the mark, using Bogi as a kind of a post or a pick almost to playing off him. And, the Italians are just too good at that. They can just knock the ball away from you, and Bogi's been dispossessed of it 3 times in a row.
Miano, watched by Canter, trying to slip it to Marchetti, broken up, and Borja's got it back for the Cosmos. Scoreless match, just under 30 minutes in this first half. Cosmos to the attack. Eski for Gray. He's got Bogi behind him if he needs him. And Bogi now runs up into space. Got Terlecki on the right wing. There is Stan, with Moyers cutting down the middle of the box. Terlecki into the area. Pedro DeBrito now all sorts of room inside as he lifted it offside, as Moyers on the far left wing was well offside. 29 minutes first half, no score in the championship match for the Transatlantic Challenge Cup. Okay. Hey, we lie well.
This morning.
It is now. Udinese trying to build something from the midfield, but DeBrito and now Brcic has it back. That is the tally for the championship of the 5th annual Transatlantic Challenge Cup. I'm Bob Lee, Seamus Mallon with me at Giant Stadium, and David Brcic in the nets again for the Cosmos. Neeskens and now Canter. That's the back line along with Eski and DeBrito. Borja in the midfield.
Some controversy, Bob, about Jeff Durgan not playing today after playing so brilliantly for the international side on Wednesday.
Terlecki on the right wing, keeps it in, going for Green. Allen can't get to it, tries to settle at the 18, lifts it back to Chico. Well, Durgan did not play in the first Transatlantic Challenge Cup match. He does have that bruised foot. Chico for Terlecki on the right side now. Stan. As DeBrito running into space to his left. Terlecki trying to do it on his own. Now double teamed and still on the ball, and now DeBrito has it. Pedro to the far post. Brini is off his line and tangles with Borja. And we play on, no whistle, as Brini and Borja are meeting at the edge of the crease. And now a free kick for Udinese. Something super coming on Sports Channel beginning on Monday night. We'll be welcoming celebrity guest stars who'll add a little spice and excitement to our super summer of baseball with their unique commentary. Monday night, Elliot Gould, well-known actor and sports enthusiast, will be our first guest announcer. He'll be on hand to help call the shots when the Yanks battle the Red Sox at the stadium. The action begins at 8 o'clock only on Sports Channel. Elliot Gould will be on hand. Gerolin on the right wing, watched by Borja, slips it inside to Marchetti, blocked by Eski. And now Marchetti. Borja sticks it away. Moyers back to Chico at the midfield. Chico being, well, fisted in his jersey by Agostini, who just had part of his shirt and pulled him from behind.
Yeah, Agostini doing that. He might get a yellow card for that.
And he does.
He should. That's good to stamp out that kind of stuff early, because his skill came all the way there from Chico, making the good cut inside and then getting around his defender and pulling away from him. And the game is about skill, and these tactics that nullify it have got to be penalized and severely. Sometimes it's a rough, tough tackle. Sometimes it's the shirt pulling, and that's just it just kills the game as much.
Borja and lifts it right in on Brini. Getting back to Jeff Durgan, who is dressed today as a substitute. We said he did not play last a substitute. We said he did not play last Monday in the opening round match. Played for the national side against Italy. The back line today is Eskandarian, Canter, Neeskens, and DeBrito.
Of course, Eddie, you heard him talk to us earlier saying that he was going to go with the winning side, except for Goles, who was hurt. Dragan had been hurt, did not want to risk playing, and it didn't make sense for him to risk playing in the Monday game, especially with the big Wednesday international match coming up. And Jeff thinks maybe he should be back in the lineup now, but you know, the team did quite well on Monday, obviously, and the coach doesn't want to break up that combination if they've done well.
With Chicago 6 days off and their high-scoring front line coming in too, might be part of the thinking. That game is on Saturday. We'll have coverage at 3 o'clock when Alonso and Marchetti and Brini and the lads come in as Causio tries to center and Eski puts it high, still on the pitch, and DeBrito tries to center, but it'll be a throw-in now. Domenichini will take it. Eski not playing indoor, but re-signed with the team prior to the outdoor campaign. Domenichini lifts it, and David's got it without a problem. Springing it quickly to Chico. 24.5 minutes in this first half. Borja in a foot race with Gerolin. Chico down the side now as Edinho comes out to help out defensively. Centers from Moyers, tried to crack it to Terlecki, couldn't get to it at the edge of the arc, and now Marchetti's got it back for Udinese. End-to-end, Causio leaves it, gets it back on the give-and-go. Canter breaks it up. Bogi's got it back. Entertaining action now. Here's Bogi in the midfield with Terlecki to his left. Stan on the off wing now, crisscrossing with Moyers. 24 minutes in the match. Terlecki stays on possession. On top of the ball for the shot that whistles wide. 23:50 to play. Entertaining action, but still no goals have been scored.
Whoops.
And the Cosmos are scoreless. We're live from Giant Stadium on Sports Channel. Along with Seamus Mallon, I'm Bob Lee. Miano on the ball for Udinese in the visiting blue today in this challenge, Transatlantic Challenge Cup Championship match. Here comes Galparoli overlapping from his right defense into the box looking for Causio, and Canter puts it out. Brini to Gray, and now DeBrito for Terlecki, who will get the throw in at least. Stan has continued where he left off against Barcelona. He'll bring it back a few yards, and Pedro will throw it in. 22 minutes in this first half.
Pedro looking much more comfortable now in right fullback in this first part of the game than he had for a while. He played about 23 minutes, and he's, I think, feeling like there's a good deal of space for him to play into, and that's always very helpful when you're not limited as a defender, not constantly under pressure. Cosmos have had more than their share of the ball, but have simply not gotten close enough for the good scoring opportunities.
Now Eski on the left side to Gray in the middle. He's got Bogi to his right. There he is. Stanislaw to Terlecki, but Pedro's got it back. And that's Dan Canter, who was part of that effort against Italy on Wednesday evening. Neeskens, the outside of his foot, a lead for Green against Galparoli. Green can't get it. It will be a push against Brini, and so a free kick. Reminder that Darryl Strawberry, Keith Hernandez, and the Mets take on the Pirates. That'll be Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, live from Three Rivers Stadium. Mets baseball on Sports Channel, beginning at at 7:30 Tuesday as the Mets are back on the road. We've got New York sports covered on Sports Channel.
A good move down the left there. Again, Brini trying to move around and get some mobility into his game. He and Terlecki going to be two key people down the flanks here. Very difficult to go through the center of an Italian defense. They just defend so well. They retreat well from midfield. They cover the direct route to goal. And you've got to either be very quick on the counterattack or go wide a lot.
Bogi lead far too ambitious for Terlecki, and Brini's got it back. If I did not know better, there is a strange orange disc in the sky which is trying to peek out from behind the clouds, which the old folks tell me used to shine a lot. And the sun might be trying to come out here after a week of incessant clouds and rain that would further illuminate this match. Brini for Gray. Alan Green's got it back. A left foot lead. Stopped by Edinho. The appeal for a handball that we play on as Di Placido, the referee, says if it hit his hand, he played it that way. Unintentionally.
Good combination work, though, over there between Gray and Green. Gerry Gray, of course, played a pivotal role in the Barcelona semifinal, if you want to call it that, in which he shut down Maradona after Maradona done some very early, substantial early damage to the Cosmos.
Chico tries to settle. Canter comes over. Neeskens controls with Verdes in front. It'll be a throw-in for Udinese. Chico Borja, Mr. Assist on the indoor campaign. Pietro Verdes, and another throw-in.
They give a free kick here against Canter for obstruction.
Derek Smith, our senior linesman, helping out referee Dilvo Di Placido with that call. 19 minutes in the first half. At halftime, we'll take a look at the first game highlights as well as the first half of this nightcap. Free kick for Udinese. Batted right down, and now Moyers flicks it on, and here comes Eski down the left side with Borja trailing him, and now a lead for Chico. Actually, Steve on the inside against Edinho, and Edinho right back to Brini with 19 minutes to play, first half in a scoreless match. The Cosmos at Giant Stadium for first place. The championship of the Transatlantic Challenge Cup. I'm Bob Lee with me, Seamus Mallon, live on Sports Channel. Chico tries to lead now Moyers, who is taken down from behind by Cesare Cattaneo. And the foul is called, so it will be a free kick just outside the area for the Cosmos.
Well, Cattaneo upset with a previous decision that didn't go his way, and just sort of rolling over Moyers there, who had left his feet a bit to try to control that ball, so was very susceptible to being bumped over. Not a very severe foul, but Cattaneo upset that the call over the line did not go his way.
So Bogi is over this dead ball. Eski to his left. Green in the area. Canter has moved up to DeBrito on the far right side. The bottom of your screen on the right-hand side. Chico whistling wide to the left of Fabio Brini, the keeper for the Italian side, Udinese.
Well, we got a final result from out of town. Bob, Chicago rallied, got a third goal, and beat Tampa Bay 3-2. So having lost to Tampa Bay 2-0, they've come back and beaten them 3-2. Well, the '84 edition of the Cosmos yearbook is on sale now at all Giants Stadium souvenir stands. If you can't make it out to Cosmos country, you can still obtain this magazine filled with inside information on your favorite Cosmos by sending $3.50 plus $1 for postage and handling per copy to Cosmos Yearbook Sports Programs Incorporated, Box 1984, Union City, New Jersey, 07087. Get your copy now. Send for it today.
A whistle, indirect free kick indicated. Approximately 27, 28 yards out, dead on to David Brcic. So a dangerous situation here for Udinese. That's Causio over the ball. That's the wall just inside the 18 as Verdes will look to break perhaps to the left.
Last time that Causio gave it up, got it back, hit one away that went wide.
Yeah, Agostini with a bullet knocked down by Alan Green, and now Neeskens sends it to Terlecki on the wing. Stan tries get out of his end. Dominasiri stopped him for a moment. And a whistle at midfield, a push, and a free kick for the Cosmos. Well, Tampa Bay losing to Chicago. Chicago, if that was a regulation win, would pick up 9 more points and would have far and away the early first place lead. Cosmos have 3 matches in hand, though, on Chicago, counting today's game for the Sting. Tampa Bay would be 3 and 4. There's Moyers off his toe, and as he tangles with Cattaneo, it'll be a goal kick indicated. Steve Moyers, 2 goals and an assist in the opening match, and a little ill will there.
Well, Cattaneo clearly bumped Moyers there and then fell over himself. And of course, one of the ways to get out of the guilt is to immediately protest to the referee that you were fouled, and that puts the referee in the defensive. It's an old subtle trick. It doesn't work. I mean, there was not much of a foul in either case, but Cattaneo taking no chances that anything was going to be called on him in the penalty area.
The all-time native North American scorer, Steve Moyers, who signed his new contract with the club last Monday morning, and then Monday afternoon went out against Barcelona and lit the house on fire. Verdes tries to settle. Great challenge. Just took an elbow from Agostini. Through ball attempt stopped by Neeskens, and now Terlecki has to wait on that ball, and Gray will settle to Borja, who dummies well to Bogi. Nice understanding. Bogi with a lead now. Stopped, but there's Alan Green. Tries to turn it into the area. Chipped, knocked down. Moyers couldn't get to it, and now Marchetti's got it back. Verdes.
All kinds of opportunities there for the Cosmos, coming out of an accidental pass, but then they contrived to mess it up, unfortunately, through well, perhaps some questionable judgment by Green, who had a tough angle for himself to get a shot off, but other players running about him distracted him somewhat, and the chance went a begging. But Cosmos still struggling to get those kinds of chances and need to convert them when they are presented to them.
A lead for Verdes, knocked it down by Dan Canter. Loose at the 18. Marchetti controls, and be a free kick for Udinese just outside the area. More Cosmos soccer will be coming your way Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. The Cosmos hosting that first place side from Chicago, the Sting, live from Giant Stadium here on Sports Channel. Just outside the 18-yard line, another free kick for Udinese. And again, Causio is over the ball. Agostini behind him. Causio lifts it in and could not get it to Edinho, and cleared out past Terlecki, and a throw-in for the Italian side.
Well, Neeskens unhappy there that the referee didn't see a rather blatant push in the penalty area, but we can't see everything, and players are always going to complain anyhow.
Miano, but Neeskens has it right there. 12 minutes, 20 seconds in this first half. Borja, a lead for Alan Green, tad too far. Galparoli's got it.
Not a bad idea. A lot of players unhappy with Chico for trying that, but it was not a bad idea. Good central pass down the middle. It beat about 4 players, and unfortunately Green just couldn't quite reach for it. Agostini.
Now Miano. Canter takes it back. Bogi's got it. With Terlecki on the right wing. Green fills the middle. On the far post is Moyers. Bogi trailing the play as well. And Terlecki taken down by Edinho. And it will be a Cosmos free kick about 21 yards out. Steep angle now. 11.5 in this first half. Bogi lifts it in looking for Moyers. Cracks it back too far for Alan Green. Now to get back with 11:20 to play in this first half. Udinese and the Cosmos are still scoreless. Moyers on the ball, back to the live action. Cosmos Udinese are scoreless. Gray, edge of the area, slips it in, looking to get it back, and it goes out for the corner kick. To the far side, Gerry Gray, who did such a nice job on Diego Maradona in our first match last Monday, and Gerry will try and bend it in. Canter moves up, Bogi moves up, the tall players. Bogi on a run, Gray bends it in and punched out by Brini all the way back to Stan Terlecki. Stan goes down, loses out, no call. Here comes Dominicini, giving it off. Causio down the middle, a wing to either side. Causio past Neeskens now. Franco slips it inside to Verdes, but Chico is there. Corner kick.
Well, Neeskens very definitely trying to slow down Causio and make him come up with a decision, and eventually gave himself up. But at least it did give the others a chance to get back, and Verdes was closed out by virtue of the good trailing run by Chico Borja. There's a handball in midfield.
Obviously not a corner kick, by the way. It was an indirect kick for the Cosmos coming the other way, I beg your pardon.
Toronto did prevail over Minnesota, by the way. The Strikers losing 2-0. That's the final score. So we have two finals already in the NASL today. 3-2 Chicago over Tampa Bay. 2-0 Toronto over Minnesota.
Blizzard are 3-0 this year. Minnesota losing for only the second time in 6 matches. So Minnesota 4-2. They will hold on to the lead over Vancouver, though, in the top of the Western Division. The new configuration this year in the NASL. Gray chips in, looking for Moyers, knotted down, but Terlecki's got it back. Terlecki now back, playing more centrally than he has been earlier. Bogi sends it to the outside for DeBrito. Pedro inside for Terlecki. Centers for Gray, who hit it off stride but nearly converted. Borja shot block, knotted out by Marchetti, and here comes Udinese on the counterattack. Causio watched by Eski. 8 minutes now in this first half. There's Galparoli on an overlap. Canter could not stop him. Galparoli taken down by Neeskens, and foul whistled outside the area. Free kick again, the third such for Udinese. Johan will get a caution.
Well, not much question about that. Clearly attempting to bring him down here, and he doesn't make any bones about it, and it is a yellow card tackle without any doubt there. But that was Galparoli, the number 2 player. A right fullback of all things, going straight down the middle of midfield. And there's an injured Cosmos player down. That looks to be Neeskens.
And it is, who after that tackle got the yellow card and also spot of discomfort in a scoreless match with 7 minutes and 20 seconds.
Well, it's a game that's a bit surprising to me. I thought that we would see a lot more of the traditional kind of Udinese play that is we saw in the first game against Fluminense, but far it's not that way at all. They've not defended pull the offside trap. They've tried to counterattack well. The Cosmos have had to be very alert and defensively have been pretty sharp. But while we talk about Cosmos, let's remind you, of course, about the rest of the season yet to come, and the season tickets are still indeed a bargain. If you'd like to enjoy the best summer of soccer ever in Cosmos country, call the ticket office now at 212-265-8600. Be a loyal soccer supporter and take advantage of the best entertainment buy of the summer. Get your Cosmos season tickets now.
Well, Johan is going to go off and get some attention. He might, the looks of it, be coming out of the match. He'll be helped over the end line by Moyers and Arne Trachtenberg. And
well, that will bring Jeff Durgan, I should think, up to warm up very quickly,
yes.
Although they might want to try to play out the last 7 minutes of the half with 10 players and see if he's okay.
Exactly 7 minutes, actually 6:59 showing on the clock. A free kick. Causio again is orchestrating this dead ball situation. And the wall about 4 yards inside the 18. Causio maybe to tee it up for Agostini with a left-footed shot, knocked down by Green again and blocked again by Gray, and Moyers settles for Chico, and back to Stevie. Gives it right back though to Marchetti with a right-footed shot over the top.
Boy, that did not miss by much. Some sloppy play by the Cosmos, trying to clear a little bit of back heels and fancy stuff when you need to keep it simple and direct. And they set up the shot by Marchetti, who just tries to swerve that ball, gets a nice little bend on it, but you see it whistling past the upright there with Brcic in no way going to be able to get to it.
Bogi could not get that ball, and Marchetti has it back. He slips it ahead for Vertis. Now back to Miano. Miano with help on the left side, and Dominicini, who couldn't control it. Now Gray has it with 6 minutes and change. Plus, I would imagine a little bit of injury time to be tacked on by our referee, Dilvo Di Placido, in this first half. Bogi finally losing out. And yes, we did have a whistle, a free kick for Cosmos. Now Jeff Durgan is up and is warming up, but that is Neeskens on the left sideline, on the end line, and still a little bit ginger and shaky. Terlecki, double team. Stan tries to center, and Brini misfires on the gobble attempt. Just wanted to come out and scoop it and couldn't do it in one motion. Eski sends it back. Bogi for Alan Green against Galparoli. Galparoli did not touch it. It will be a throw-in for the Cosmos. Yes, he did.
Neeskens seems to be trying to get back into the game.
And Jeffrey looking to get warm, but may not be needed at this juncture. Gerry Gray squaring into DeBrito. To Dan Canter, who played every second last year for Team America. It was a league franchise. Terlecki, oops, the pitch of the field got a hold of it and took it over the touchline. He couldn't get it to Gray. Pedro DeBrito, former Rookie of the Year, played with the Tampa Bay Rowdies, came over on the indoor season. Johan Neeskens is being waved back on. He is okay. And that is a big factor for the Cosmos, that their central, or chief defender, I should say, and I guess part-time sweeper, as Johan sees his role, he kind of molds it for each situation. He's back on the back line.
Gerry Gray and Bogi engaged in some animated conversation down there. There seems to be some disagreement between the captain and the newest Cosmos player, not the newest, but certainly a new player in the Cosmos team this year, as to exactly what the role should be. Bogi, of course, the commander-in-chief of this team, both from the midfield leadership point of view and captaincy.
DeBrito cleaned of it by Dominicini. And the captain on the ball again for Green. Gray couldn't get there. Bogi has a word or two after that loss of possession. Gerolin is on it. The central defender overlapping. Slips it now for Marchetti. As Udinese works up the right side. Marchetti into the area. Put out by Neeskens. And with Vertis in front, you see the value of getting Johan right back in there. He just sliced it out. Moyers tangling. Winning that ball and taken down by Miano just short of a halfway line. And he called it against Stevie, a free kick for Udinese.
Well, it's a little hard to believe unless he detected Moyers pushing before he was summarily tripped.
Causio to Dominicini. To Gerolin, a lead on the left side. Most folks calling it a science fiction call or a phantom call, but Cosmos do have possession back with 3 minutes in the first half.
Cosmos having a lot of trouble playing those layoff passes just over the halfway line, trying to, and they're much better off trying to go down the sides, as in this kind of rush. It didn't materialize, but trying to play the ball to feet of Green or Bogi and have them lay it off quickly is just playing right into the hands of this really this Italian defense, which will defend a number centrally and just strip the ball away from you unless you're very, very good at that sort of play.
Causio now. Well, just great skills, and Eski takes it, gives it to Chico. Bogi now to Eski once again. 2.5 first half. Bob Lee, Seamus Mountain, live from Giant Stadium. Chico Borja slips right past one defender, and Edinho takes down Chico as he was beaten, so a free kick now. No score in the match. Luminense and Barcelona played our first match, and Barcelona wins the penalty kick shootout to take third place. Alan Green square to DeBrito. 2 minutes now, first half unofficially. Pedro looking for Moyers. Chico got ahead to it, and Brini has it.
Well, both players arriving at the same spot, namely Moyers and Borja, and a little miscoordination there. Perhaps if one had gone for the ball and one played off it, they might have been able to get something. But a nice cross by DeBrito, who, as I said, is having a very steady game at right fullback here. Oops, and as I say that, of course, it's the old broadcasting jinx.
Likes being on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Just ask the Detroit Tigers. 90 seconds in this first half. Gerry Gray in his own end. Udinese and the Cosmos. Cosmos looking for their third Transatlantic Challenge Cup title. Winning last year, winning in 1980. A new format this year. Chico barking out signals. Now goes on a run past Verdes. Slips it inside for Brini. But broken up, and now Marchetti starts the counterattack to Causio. He has got Marchetti on a run up the right side, and now Alberto Marchetti on the ball. Under a minute. First half. Marchetti watched by Eski. Touch and go there, and it's Cosmo's ball. Marchetti lost it.
Udinese very, very patient, Bob. Of course, they're used to that, playing in an extremely difficult league. And waiting for goals. You have to be patient in the Italian league. It's so very tough, such a level of skill. And they know this game. 0-0 at the half for them is so far so good.
And on the road, certainly under these conditions for them, so far from home, a moral victory to be scoreless at the half. Bogi gets it back after Gerolin initially knocked it down. Gerolin pushes Bogi and wins it back. We play on. Causio right down the middle. Again, a wing to either side. It's a 3-on-4 break. Neeskens tackles it away. Gerolin follows it up back to Causio. Tried to dummy. It comes to Verdes now inside for Causio. And the save by Brcic as Gerolin put the attempt on.
Well, that's the end of the half.
And that is halftime. The action was so captivating, we didn't even glance at the clock inside the last minute. It did pick up. Still, goose eggs on the scoreboard for the Transatlantic Challenge Cup, the final between Cosmos and Udinese. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Cosmos and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Cosmos and Sports Channel is prohibited. The announcers on this broadcast selected by a Sports Channel and approved by the Cosmos. And the sun, yes, is out for the most part in a scoreless match for the Transatlantic Challenge Cup Championship. Cosmos have not made any changes, and handling there, in possession is Johan Neeskens, and he went off for about 4 minutes late in the second half. They did get Jeff Durkin, the Cosmos, up and warming up, and Jeff remains on the bench, and the same 11 for both sides as we start. Udinese, this is Miano taking off the ball, and Bogi's got it back. Bogi, who had that fifth goal, the prettiest goal perhaps against Barcelona, on the feed from Terlecki, and stand on the ball right now to Pedro DeBrito, back to Borja. In league play today, Toronto over Minnesota, and Chicago defeating Tampa Bay 3-2. Bogi in for DeBrito, turns and shoots, but Brini had it all the way. Gray challenging against Causio.
Well, we'll see if that's a matchup that Eddie's come up with for the second half, because Causio got away from Eski a number of times, primarily because he was coming back into midfield.
Gray blocked down, and Bogi's able to control it back to Eski. Eski circles away from Miano and back to Neeskens, and Borja quickly ahead, onside for Gerry Gray, moves in on his left foot, centers, shot, goal! Alan Green.
What a great pass into the box to Gray, and Gray fighting off his marker, and Alan Green, ever with a nose for the goal, knocks in a most important goal for the Cosmos, who have done all the attacking here in the second half. I think it's Borja who puts this tremendous ball, which beats two defenders. It's very hard to beat a central defense from an Italian team, but look how well Gray does. Gives it up, and there is Green beating his man through the center of the defense too, to put the Cosmos ahead 1-0 in the championship match.
So Alan Green gets on the scoreboard. Gray, and there's Alan just in front of his defender. And Alan had more than a little trouble extricating himself from the goal netting, but he gives the Cosmos a 1-0 advantage early in the second minute of play of the second half. Causio, a lead for Marchetti. Marchetti moves in on Brcic, shot, goal, and we're tied just like that. Alberto Marchetti ties the match.
Well, the ink is hardly dry on the official score sheets. On the official score sheet before that goal was in, and a breakdown on the right side of the fence. The Cons are a little bit unlucky with two challenges in here. Canter and Neeskens. Neeskens coming from behind Canter, getting in front of him. They both lose out, and really no chance for Brcic, who comes out and does the best he can. But the Cosmos, who've had to work darn hard to get that goal, all of a sudden give up the lead in the next counterattack. I don't think they even may have touched the ball since they scored the goal.
So 1-1 is the score. Alan Green with assist from Gray and Borja, and Alberto Marchetti comes back, and we'll pick up the official time probably inside a minute between the two goals. Terlecki on it. Causio picks up an assist as Brini is out now to pull that down. 1-1 is the score. We'll be back after this. Okay, 46 and 47, 33. Well, I was right by a second. Something about the sunshine here. The score. Those two goals were 59 seconds apart. Green from Gray and Borja at 46:32. Alberto Marchetti assisted by Causio at 47:31. I said I thought they were a minute apart or a little less. They were exactly 59 seconds apart.
Well, they do prove the old adage true that when you score a goal, you're at your most vulnerable, and the Cosmos proved that at last for their fans by giving up a goal right away through a defensive mistake on the right side between Neeskens and Canter, unable to stop Marchetti, who just recovered the partial tackle and went in. This man Causio giving him the pass.
Causio passed Borja with a shot that whistles over the top. Paid attendance this afternoon on a day again that started out with rain and gloom and clouds overhead. 34,158, another good attendance, which is the Transatlantic Challenge Cup. Over 70,000 paid attendance for the two dates here at Giant Stadium.
Yeah, and over 100,000 here in 3 days this week. Very nice.
As Miano slipped, Neeskens was there trying to and leading Moyers, but over the touchline, so a throw in now for Udinese. Well, the qualifying shortly begins with the national team for the World Cup '86 in Mexico, and the pairings have been announced in Europe. And of course, the Americans must first get past the Netherlands Antilles before they can consider anything else in CONCACAF. Marchetti sends Eski down and continues. Marchetti, who tied the match on an assist from Causio. This is Franco Causio on the ball now. Bogi tried to stick it, but Agostini is back on it now for the Italians. Marchetti. Verdes couldn't get it back and put out by DeBrito all the way out to Terlecki. Moves past now Agostini, or rather Dominicini. Stan Terlecki with DeBrito to his right. For Alan Green, who has the Cosmos goal with Gray behind him. Brini for Moyers. Can't get it back, and The Italians now with Causio at midfield with a little bit of room to operate. Moves in on Eski down the right side. Causio. Eski wins the ball, sends Causio flying, and Bogi's got it back. 37 minutes, 40 seconds to play, tied at 1-1. Third place match was tied at 2-2. He went to the penalty kick shootout, and Barcelona defeating Fluminense for third place. A lead for Alan Green from Bogi. Brini trying to challenge to the inside and just lost the ball as he and Edinho tangled.
Lots of open space now in the game. You see all these players wide open. They're marking and breaking down quite a bit.
Marchetti for Causio. There is Polo Miano against Eski, and it'll be a cornered kick now for Udinese. 1-1 the score. Green and Marchetti scoring within 59 seconds of each other. Bob Lee and Seamus Mallon live on Sports Channel. Miano, the outswinger. Canter could not get ahead to it. In fact, no one touched it. The Agostini gathers it back. And Luigi sends it in. Gray gets ahead to it. Brother Neeskens and Marchetti. Bogi watching, and Bogi just watches it go over for the goal kick.
Well, the sun has gone back in again, but the game certainly has come to life a lot in this second half. There were some interesting things in the first half, as Paul Gardner mentioned, but Cosmo's losing a little bit of a grip here in midfield. Causio gets away with a push off on Neeskens.
Johan goes down. Miano on the right side. Verdes now at the edge of the area. Neeskens cuts him off just in front of David Brcic. And Johan, who recovered from that push. Back now to Alan Green. Galparoli takes him off the ball, and Gerolin has it now. Gets the return and returns the favor to Causio at the 18 past Canter. With Verdes to the right, sends it to the far post. Knotted out by DeBrito. Gray can't get it. And now Neeskens, who's all over the pitch and playing with that bandaged right thigh now in the second half, to Terlecki. In the foot race with Galparoli. Stan looking to win it, and Galparoli shoulders him off, and it will be a goal kick. 1-1 is our score. Udinese and the Cosmos for the Transatlantic Challenge Cup Championship. With Seamus Mallon, I'm Bob Lee back at Giant Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scoring, Udinese and Alberto Marchetti just 59 seconds after Alan Green took a pass from Gerry Gray with a great feed from Chico Borja. All that scoring early within the first 2.5 minutes of the second half, and 1-1 is our score. The 5th annual Transatlantic Challenge Cup. You're watching it live on Sports Channel. Fabio Brini, the Udinese keeper, with that punt, and now Moyers. Chico looking to get it to Bogi, not enough on it though, and Miano's got it back. Gets past Gray, but Neeskens is there and cuts around Verdes and has the ball.
Neeskens not looking very comfortable though, Bob. Watch, his running stride is very much off. He's not putting a lot of pressure on that right leg. He's got the right thigh heavily taped up, and he's holding it several times. I really wondered if he's going to be able to play for much longer. And of course, we did see Jeff Durgan warming up before the halftime.
Jeff has not been up in the second half, but there's Johan with a lead for Terlecki, knotted down by Dominicini, but Gray is there to control it now. And exchanging with Terlecki, throw in Cosmos. 33 minutes now in the second half.
I think Galparoli's going to come out. He's been hurting too for the last 10 minutes or so, and he's going to come out. And I would would guess that they're going to bring in the same substitute they brought in the first game, namely
Pancheri.
Yeah.
And he is coming in. Franco Pancheri, number 15, replaces Galparoli.
Pancheri played a good game against Fluminense on Monday. He did very well breaking things up and distributing from midfield. He was victimized by Romero on the tying goal, however, when Romero turned on him in the penalty area and scored.
Bogi slices it back to Gray, who lifts it into the area, and everybody was onside, but nobody went for the ball. 1-1 is the score. So Udinese with their first substitution as Brini thinks about giving Brini a little trouble. Canter over the top of Verdes and is called for the foul, and he and Pietro Verdes tangled. Eski breaks it up. And Gray to Moyers, looking to return it now to Alan Green. Cosmos build it on the left side of midfield. Gray for Bogi, nods it ahead for Moyers. Moyers now
offside,
and it was offside.
Good work though under some severe pressure by Moyers initially. Before he went offside, he was under the usual kind of hammering from Cattaneo, who's really been all over him this this game rather. And oh, there's a bad mistake by Udinese.
Green, little flick that just couldn't get to Terlecki as Neeskens settles, and now DeBrito. And if you've just joined us, if we are tied at the end of regulation, we do have two 10-minute sudden-death overtime periods to be followed by possible penalty kick shootout, which we have seen twice already in this tournament. Franco Casio right down the middle with Gerolin to his right, and Gerolin watched by Eski. Gerolin now will let a more skillful player develop this play. Miano. Neeskens, heavily taped though he might be, breaks it up. Miano sends it back in. Gray watching defensively now. And a throw in for the Cosmos.
As Paul Gardner said, Casio still has quite a bit of speed left in those legs, 35 years old though they may be. And he always looks on the ball as though he's the man who can carve a goal out of something, and he did set up Marchetti going through for the tying goal.
Bogi trying to feed Terlecki.
Well, Stan getting into good positions wide, not consistently though. Sometimes he's behind some players.
Gray looks to save it and does along the touchline with Bogi to the inside. Moyers on the far post. That's deflected, but right back to Eskandarian. To Chico Borja. Bogi taken off by Gerolin, and now Udinese with the counterattack. Franco Casio. 2 on 4. Casio on the right side for Verdes. Casio on the far post. Now Verdes biding his time, moves it on DeBrito. Put out by Pedro for the corner kick.
Bogi dispossessed again, Bob, at the other end in an attempt to give a touch pass off under pressure. He simply has not been very good at that today. Every time the ball is played into him near the penalty area, he's been dispossessed from behind or from the side, primarily by the tough defenders Edinho, or in some cases in Agostini at other times.
Casio, the outswinger, over the head of everyone. Neeskens couldn't get to it. Terlecki's got it now. Agostini watching him. And now Borja on the midfield. Under 30 minutes. Bob Lee, Seamus Mallet on Sports Channel, and 1 goal each for the championship of the 5th annual Transatlantic Challenge Cup. Our doubleheader today. Bogi for Moyers. Bogi's got it back, but again it's Gerolin to win that ball away, and here comes Dominicini leaving it for Verdes. Verdes number 11. With Miano making a run, Verdes takes it himself with a shot that David had all the way. Cosmos throwing. Moyers will take it. Steve Moyers, 2 goals and an assist against Barcelona. Bogi again walks down the midfield, gives it to Chico. He's got Stan to his right, sends it inside, looking for Moyers, who got behind Cattaneo, but a goal kick with 29 minutes to play. Sports Channel's coverage continues after this word.
Keep away now, huh?
From your mates. was your nickname. And Udinese tied at 1 apiece. Cosmos with a substitution while we're away. We'll fill you in a second as Terlecki comes down looking to center, and it's over the end line, and he was looking to center it to was the new player Dragan Vujovic. Number 11 has come on. There's Dragan, who has been seeing duty off the bench. So Eddie Firmani making a move, pulling the man who scored the Cosmos goal, number 15 Alan Green. So Green is on the bench and Vujovic has come on.
Well, he's exchanging skill and ball working craft, if you will. Well, there's a mistake for Gray.
Gray cut off with a pass at the 18, though, by Agostini, who puts it out for a throw-in.
Well, he's exchanging, as I said, bringing on wonderful touch and the ability to keep the ball away, but losing some speed through the middle and Green. Actually,
a corner kick, and Vujovic will take it short to Eski. To Vujovic. Signed for the indoor season, former Montreal Monique. Inside looking for Bogey, cleaned out defensively, and another substitution will be coming shortly. Neeskens will be coming out, and Jeff Durgan will be going on. That was offside. Baseball season, yes sir, it's young, but the races are on. Join Fran Healy, your host, for a look at this week's division's leaders and the most intriguing stories on the pennant chase. Tomorrow night at 7:30, check your local listings in New England. Neeskens is coming off, and to a well-deserved ovation. And Jeff Durgan will go into the central defense. Johan, who, if you follow the team for the last 4, 5, 6 years, you know that this man plays with pain as a matter of course. Just think back to 1979 when he separated a shoulder and continued to play. Eddie Firmani called him the shots, fingering his list of substitutes. He's already made his 2 today. Vujovic gets past Marchetti. Now Bogi has room to the inside. Back to Vujovic. Outside the 18. Bogi back to Dragan. Goal! Dragan Vujovic in the match for less than 5 minutes, and the Cosmos are back on top, 2 goals to 1. What do you know?
That's just what, that's what Vujovic can do when he plays the ball off and goes after it and gives it away. When he holds the ball on too long, gets everybody furious, but here he holds it long enough to fake and get it back and then get it slotted in the corner. But beautiful close play there by Bogi and Vujovic. So the Yugoslav Express connects here. We'll get another look at it. There's the first touch. Now watch him hold it, fake a little outside, then flick it inside, and finishing it off. Number 15 there, Pancheri again being the one victimized. So I was wondering a little bit about that substitution since Green had not played that badly. He'd scored a goal, but obviously Vujovic has done the job.
Loose of the area, put out by Eski. The last time the Cosmos scored, Udinese came back within 59 seconds and equaled, and Eski punted that one well out. So 2-1, the Cosmos lead it. Bogi assisting Vujovic. Will pick up the official timing shortly.
That's the way to make the coach look like a genius, right? And fans, if your group is looking for a fundraiser, Cosmos Soccer may be the ideal event for you. With Cosmos Liberal Group discounts, your group can make money simply by enjoying themselves at Giant Stadium this summer. So be the hero of your group or soccer club, call the Cosmos office for details. That's Cosmos Group Sales, 212-265-8600 for information. And of course, June 17th, the first concert date. That might be the perfect one to begin with.
63-26, the time of the goal. Bogi to Vujovic, and the Cosmos lead it 2 goals to 1. They'll throw it in. The Cosmos will. Bogi's had a spectacular Transatlantic Challenge Cup, and Eddie's move has paid off almost immediately. Andy Parkinson on the bench along with Carmen Marcantonio as well. Dragan steps over the ball, but Udinese has it back. Marchetti at the midfield. The Cosmos looking like world beaters, and indeed when you beat Barcelona 5 goals to 3, that's what they were on Monday. Leading Udinese 2 goals to 1. They play Chicago back in league play on Saturday. The following Sunday, the Blizzard, who are undefeated currently, and the Sting have the divisional lead right now. So 4 toughies, back to back to back, and even another back, if you will, as Terlecki can't track that one down. And coming into this tournament, the Cosmos had come in simply on 2 days rest, having lost a tough one at Tampa Bay a week ago last Saturday in a shootout.
Well, Terlecki just having no luck in this half at all. He's gotten into good positions, and he's been fed by Bogi, but Bogi's pass has just been off the shade.
Vujovic challenging and forcing Marchetti into a bad kick. And Agostini has to head it ahead now to Dominicini on the left side. 23:40 on the clock. Bob Lee and Seamus Mallon on Sports Channel. Cosmos have taken the lead on Vujovic's goal from Bogi. Great exchange between the two Europeans right up the middle, and Brini never had a chance. It'll be a free kick just outside the area on that foul against the Cosmos. Verdes has it put away. Dragan, Terlecki watching defensively. Sent in too far for Causio, and Eski up to Vujovic, past Marchetti, but it carries back to Eski. And now Gray to Vujovic. We play on, or is there a whistle? There is a whistle for a handball, I believe.
Yeah, there was a handball, and the referee did come with a quick whistle. Oh, it's the other way.
Well, free kick Udinese, and Dragan is there to give it right back to Brcic.
Vujovic way open on the right side, but Marchetti now gets back to help out. Oh, good position by Borja.
Chico with all sorts of real estate. Vujovic to his left. Chico down the middle, being pushed off the play, saved by Brini. Took a nudge from behind, but still great move by Chico down the middle from his midfield position.
Tremendous move by Chico as we look at the replay. And he gets by one defender, by another one, and then just can't push it under the goalkeeper with a good diving save by the keeper. Give the keeper some credit. He was all alone and did very well against it, but a superb run by Chico.
Cosmo is watching defensively. There is a small animal loose on the field. It appears to be a squirrel. First time I've ever seen anything like that since 1969 when there was a black cat loose at Shea Stadium when the Cubs were in town. It was a squirrel that suddenly appeared on the pitch out of nowhere. It's been that kind of a tournament. I mean, I don't know. I think we've got a replay of the squirrel, actually. It can depend on Elliot Earl to give us any kind of a replay. We may have the squirrel shortly. Anyway, this is Agostini down the middle with a shot saved by Brcic. That was a squirrely shot. There he is.
Well, I've seen everything now. You know, last week in Fenway Park, a rat came out of the field and had to be picked up by the first baseman.
Terlecki for Bogi. No thank you on that one. I would let my keeper take care of the rat. He can handle the rat in the area.
Well, he scooped him up. It was sort of a short hop on the rat, and he got him in the first baseman's mitt.
Well,
so it's the year of the animal.
And to all of those who say nuts to soccer, a squirrel did show up today. 21 minutes of the match. Chico, a little bit of room, tees it up, buddy. To the left of Fabio Brini. We've had 3 goals and 1 squirrel with 20 minutes to play. What is this, a ferret or something? I don't know.
Ferret?
Who knows?
Steven Spielberg strikes again.
Yes, it's a gremlin. It's a promo for the movie. Imagine if somebody had kicked that poor thing as it was near the ball. That'll make the highlight package up at Espen, I'll tell you that. Oh, Dragan doesn't even want to acknowledge that.
Tackle. Oh, come on. That's rubbish. That's rubbish, referee.
A caution issued to Jeff Dragan while we're away.
Well, convenient bus transportation for Cosmos fans and the odd rodent or two to all Cosmos home games, including next Saturday's match against the Sting and Temptations and Four Tops concert game on June 17th. This is available from the Port Authority at Giant Stadium. For easy access to and from the Meadowlands, call New Jersey Transit 201-762-5100.
Free kick, and Agostini has it batted down by Moyers, loose in the box. Shot just over the top. And it was offside all the way, as the near side linesman did have his flag up. As we go into the 20-minute mark, David Brcic.
Well, there's a great opportunity, and he just gets it over the top. He was called offside. The players came back to defend, but not after the pass. I mean, only until after the pass had been released.
Cosmos leading Udinese 2-1 for the championship of the Transatlantic Challenge Cup. This will caramel away to Fabio Brini. Bob Lee and Seamus Mallon live on Sports Channel, back here Saturday for the Chicago Sting match, and on the 17th for the Toronto game, as the Blizzard are undefeated, having defeated the Strikers of Minnesota today, who are the Western Division leaders. Gray, little bit of room. Bogi has even more room in the midfield, looking for Moyers. Squares it for Chico, who gets past Dominasiri. And Terlecki. We have not seen the squirrel of late. We assume he's in safe hands. Terlecki for DeBrito.
Boy, Stan doing everything right except getting the good last service. I mean, there he offered himself several times to get out of trouble, and then went for the return ball, and DeBrito's pass was just too heavy. It needed a soft touch, and it was too heavy, but that's the first bad pass Pedro's had all day. Really, he was the one who got Durgan's spot, if you want to say this, in the back four. You're not going to take out Canter or Eski or Neeskens. And so far, he's justified his coach's faith in him.
Gerolin double-teamed. He, Eski, and Borja converge on the ball, and a foul is whistled. And it will be a free kick. Chico putting his 2 cents into that discussion with referee Dovo Di Placido, and Gerolin very slow to get up.
Well, a bit of a sandwich there, a submarine, if you will. Eski arriving late. Chico got the ball. Eski arrived late and got the legs.
Causio over the dead ball once again. Bends it for the far post. The snap header right on, as it was Verdes who headed it, and David took it on one bounce. DeBrito lifts it out for Terlecki. 17 minutes to play. Cosmos leading and having trouble clearing their zone here, though, is DeBrito now. All the way back to Agostini, and Udinese has had the better of the flow over the last several minutes. Gray with a good tackle, wins that one, but it comes right back to Miano. And Gerolin circles, and he is pushed by DeBrito. Free kick. Also tangled behind the play as Gray was involved.
Foul called on Gray as he upended his man. A lot of possession here by the Italians. You don't want to do that. Don't want to give them that comfort of knowing they have the ball to play a lot.
Marchetti into the box, too far, intended for Agostini, and DeBrito will take it down with less than 17, and Pedro will take a throw-in.
Pedro getting himself into a little bit of trouble earlier on. Now he's got 2 players against him. And does reasonably well with it.
Terlecki cannot pirouette there in time, so Edinho's got it, but an obstruction call against Udinese and a free kick.
Agostini blocking him out. Stan had a tremendous first game. Ooh, there's a risky pass, but a rather quiet game this time because the service hasn't been as good as it was in the first game.
Borja, all sorts of room, slips it inside for Moyers now, with Terlecki crossing for Stan on the right side. Bogi trailing to play, Moyers in the box. This is Bogi on the right side with 16 minutes to play. Gray for Bogi, and Gerolin, rather Edinho, will challenge, and Moyers wins it from Brini, centers for Bogi, lifts it. Vujovic tries to run on and put out. Challenge at the midfield. Durgan can't get it. Causio has a great opportunity for the Cosmos. Steve Moyers took it right away from the keeper, Brini, who never really did have possession. A lead now for Miano. Edge of the box, moves past Durgan into the box on his right foot. It caroms right to Brcic.
Well, beautiful play by the Italians there, starting with that marvelous weave out of midfield by Causio, and a good finish too.
Durgan skies, but Marchetti tries to win in a jumping in call against Durgan, so it'll be a free kick for Udinese. They put it into play immediately to Causio, who lifts it in. Durgan heads it away. 15-20 to play. Durgan again heads it away from Miano, and Jeffrey was muscled, so it'll be a free kick for the Cosmos. Foul against Udinese.
Jeff, who had an outstanding game in the back four for the United States national team when they tied the World Cup champions 0-0 here on Wednesday. Never once one to be intimidated by anybody. Reputation, physique, skill level, whatever.
Throughout the indoor season, you talk to Jeff, he'd say just wait till that outdoor game. The indoor game perhaps not suited for Jeff's abilities. A game of small space and a premium on finesse. In the outdoor game, the central defender slot is his, and he fills it so capably. Cosmos lead it 2-1. Marchetti on the right side, overlapping from defense against Vujovic now as Eski gets a foot on that, and Dragan Vujovic playing keep away from Marchetti. Double team gives it to Chico. Chico still in his own box though, being surrounded, gets it to Gray. Cosmos dance away from that bullet. Vujovic keeps it along the touchline, and then it dribbles over that line. So a throw in for Udinese.
Well, Dragan came back to help out. That's not always his usual move, but he did very well on the possession there to help him get out of the trouble. But once again, the Cosmos do not want to give this much kind of possession to these talented Italian players.
Well, Bogi wins that ball and now has it back and gives it to Borja. 13:50 to play. Chico on a run. He's had several good ones this afternoon and taken off the ball. Gerolin has it back to midfield. This is Franco Casio for Udinese, trailing by a score of 2-1. Bogi and Casio, he takes it away. Bogi persevering and winning the ball. Now Moyers crisscrossing with Terlecki. Steve down the right wing, stand in the box, centers Terlecki. Goal! What a play!
What a goal! What a magnificent goal! Exhibitions type goal. I hope they have this goal for Italian television because it will show them that the Cosmos can play this game. A beautiful goal. Look at this. Moyers is working hard all day, got nothing to show for it. Has a difficult pass to make here now. He's got to beat two defenders and play it into the skillful Terlecki. And all he does is knock it first time in the air, Paulinho style, if you will, into the net. And the Cosmos have got a 2-goal cushion here with 13 minutes to go.
It started with Dragan winning that ball, then over to Moyers on the right side. Dragan will pick up an assist. Moyers, Stan Terlecki lifts it in past Brini, who never had a chance. Back to the action. Shot off the side netting to the live action on the attempt by Pietro Verdes, but it is 3-1 Cosmos. And David Brcic, though, a little concerned there because he's still working on his end of the field.
Well, it looks like Andy Parkinson's going to come in and Chico Borja is going to come out. Chico limping a little bit after a knock. I think Chico's had a tremendous game, Bob. I would say he's one of our candidates for the Getty Player of the game today. I thought he has not figured, in some of these spectacular goals, but my goodness, he's done a terrific job throughout the game.
Parkinson goes in and Borja comes off. And so Andy will go to the midfield. 76:30, the time of Stan Terlecki's textbook goal. Dragan and Moyers. What did we say? Dragan winning the ball, his job. Moyers takes it down the wing. Really Terlecki's job, centering and giving it to Terlecki. So Stan and Steve exchanging positions on that run, and it leads to goal number 3 for the Cosmos. And if they can hold on, very probably the Transatlantic Challenge Cup. And Moyers continues a stellar play. Bogi all sorts of room now. Moves to about 20 yards out. Lead for Moyers. Offside. All the way it was an offside play. So Vujovic at 63-26. Terlecki at 76-30. The Cosmos have a 3-1 lead.
Well, the Italians throwing players forward, which is what they should be doing. Of course, down 2 goals, and entertaining counterattacks will be the run of the play for the Cosmos. And that time it looked like a very good opportunity went to Rye, but Italians a little disheartened in their play right now. A bad pass by Gerry Gray. He was upset with himself for not getting that ball up in the air.
Verdes on the ball, a little push and shove with DeBrito. Pietro on his way, centers for Agostini. There is Casio, bends it in, and Gerolin now to the edge of the box to his mate. 11 minutes to play. Sent into the area, and Dragan called off well by Brcic. Good communication there as the goalie took it. And now Vujovic heads it ahead. Little bit of flair right past Franco Marchetti, but he loses it over the touchline. Well, he won the ball, headed it, mounted it for himself, and lost it. Vujovic has a goal, the go-ahead goal from Bogi.
Great touch from Casio, almost sending Gerolin in. Gerolin playing right midfield has come way forward now. The Italians are throwing everybody forwards. 10.5 minutes to go, and the Cosmos so tough at home against these international sides. Very rarely lose. Had a number of ties, but lost last year to Sao Paulo in a game they had won and lost to 3-2.
Well, Vujovic tries to turn in again, and he is pushed by Marchetti, so a free kick now for the Cosmos. We approach the 10-minute mark. Now Fluminense, the fourth place side. Barcelona defeating the Brazilian side Fluminense in the penalty kick shootout in game one of our doubleheader. We showed you the highlights of halftime of this game. At halftime, we were scoreless in this championship match. Alan Green got the Cosmos ahead. Marchetti came back 59 seconds later to tie the match. And then 16 minutes after that, Vujovic. 13 minutes after that, Terlecki. 9:40 in the match. Bogi. Well, the Sun, which put a cameo appearance in just the beginning of the second half, now is nowhere to be found. Bogi back to Brcic.
Well, it's possession time, of course, and Bogi knows that if everybody's marked up, nobody's on the goalkeeper, so back to him and start it all over again.
Dragan to Canter to Eski. Everybody on the back line gets a touch of the ball with 9 minutes to play. Bob Lee and Seamus Mallon on Sports Channel. We will look for you Saturday at 3 o'clock as the Sting are in town, the divisional leading Chicago Sting, and then Sunday the 17th against the Toronto Blizzard, when the Temps and the Four Tops are also here at Giant Stadium. I wonder who gets to mark Lamont Dozier. This is Stan Terlecki. Moving into the box on his left foot. Terlecki with the shot that whistles wide. Stan dreaming of goal number 2 on the match.
Well, he did very well. He beat a couple of players very nicely, and more than that, the Cosmos got a round of applause from the fans here for that fine possession stuff, which ran, I looked up at the clock, it ran for a full 2 minutes. They killed off just holding on that ball, passing it back and forth, including David Brcic. And when you use the goalkeeper that way, that's constructive, that's not negative.
Udinese in the blue, trailing by 2 goals, and Gerolin at the midfield now to Marchetti. May have seen the last match that Maradona played for Barcelona in the first game of our doubleheader today. Perhaps a bit of Spanish history as Avertis is taken off by Dragan, who spirits it ahead, but Marchetti will get it in front of Moyers. Perhaps Maradona on to Napoli for as much as a reported $9 million. In this second match, Udinese of the Italian First Division losing to the Cosmos, who are looking for their 3rd Transatlantic Challenge Cup. Marchetti on the wing. Dragan puts it out. Marchetti tries to settle and does so. Moves in, deflected by Canter. Causio settles. Vujovic. And Dragan takes him to the corner again. Causio, back heel to Canter, and last touch by Udinese. Well, no, it was shot saved by Brcic. The linesman was trying to tell the referee that it would be a throw-in, but it was a throw-in for Udinese, not the Cosmos.
That's right. It was a very quickly taken one. Here's Parkinson in a good spot.
Andy down the right side. Edinho picks him up. Parkinson lift offside for Moyers, who is well ahead of the play and ahead of his defender, Agostini, with 7 minutes now in regulation. So Steven today has picked up an assist on Terlecki's goal. Gives him 6 points on the series. 2 goals and 1 assist earlier in the win against Barcelona. Marchetti taken off by Gray. Gray has played such steady ball the last 2 matches. A lead now. Parkinson leading Terlecki. Terlecki down the right side. Parkinson and Bogi in the middle. Moyers on the opposite wing. Stan taken off, but Bogi's got it back. Bogi's still on it. A little push and a shove, and Udinese comes back. 6.5 now to play in the match. Marchetti, who has a goal. The goal for Udinese. Causio. Avertis. Gerolin makes a through run, but now the feed in. Broken up by Eski. DeBrito can't get there in time. It will be a throw-in with 6 minutes now. And a 3-1 Cosmos lead. Andrenic Eskandarian. And Causio will take it. The captain of this side.
Well, the Cosmos have kept their cool today. They felt that they had the measure of this team, I think, Bob. They just had to be careful about not overcommitting in midfield, and then on the other hand, really putting some pressure on the back. They eventually got the goal, then suffered the disheartening thing of giving it away, but worked hard and got it back. Lift
into the box, and the header by Gerolin, and Brcic had it all the way. 5.5 to play. Now Dragan, who had an assist on that Terlecki goal. Gerolin, who is pushed up, lays it off. A lead into the box. Brcic off his line to grab it with Causio in front. Immediately gets it to DeBrito.
Eskandarian trying to get Vujovic to move away and go up front, give them a target. There's another impossible pass for Mr. Terlecki. He's fast, but he's not that fast.
A couple of times today, Terlecki has had a few of those whistled by his head. Just no way he could get to him, but he does have the goal, and what a goal it was at 76-30 from Moyers and Dragan to give the Cosmos a 3-1 lead.
Well, Vujovic officially will get the game winner if it ends up with this score 3-1, but really the game clincher and the most important goal was that goal because it was such a hard goal to convert. Required some unusual skill, and Terlecki just has that. He has unusual skills, got great speed, and the Cosmos can play like this now, turn it on against the Chicagos and the Tulsas and so forth. They really should be stand-up favorites for the league title again, but they've got to put this kind of performance together in the league as well as in the tournaments.
We were talking to Giorgio Canaglia last week after the decisive win over Barcelona, and he says always with the internationals they play this way. And Moyers now into the box, left foot, saved by Brini. The rebound, Brini's got it as Cattaneo helped him cover up.
Well, he did the right thing, Moyers. One of two things he could have done was to try to slip it inside for Parkinson to make sure, or go for the far post, which is the only thing he was conceded by the keeper, and he just couldn't quite get it by the diving clutch of the goalkeeper, Brini.
Fabio Brini, and he and Cesare Cattaneo combining on that stop. 3:40 to play now. Bogi looking for Moyers, broken up, and Causio has to wait for the ball. Cattaneo on his left making a run. Canter takes it down for Jeff Dragan.
Cattaneo won't make that run again. Cattaneo is lumbers forward rather heavily. He's not exactly the swiftest overlapping fullback.
And Vujovic tries to work his wing magic, but Miano has it now. And now back to Causio. 3:20 to play. Udinese needing 2 to tie. And DeBrito lifts it high. It's onside, and Moyers now with Brini in the box, and Fabio is there. Steve well onside at the time that ball was struck. In fact, the ball was struck from the other half of the field, so he would have been onside. 3:01. Canter breaks it up back to Causio. Agostini to Causio. Little bit of room now. Slips it for Verdes. Back it comes to Gerolin. Gerolin on the ball, watched by Eski. And Miano past Eski. Udinese with a good possession right here. Agostini taken off by Gerry Gray. Very quietly, very effectively. Gerry Gray put 2 very good games back-to-back. Terlecki looking for Moyers. Knotted down by Cattaneo. Stands back on it. Leaves it for Bogi. Bogi in the box. Lifts it for Parkinson and headed down. Had 2 options, had Parkinson and Moyers, but it was...
And dare we say it, a third option, an actual shot.
No. He did that last week. Agostini. 2:10 to play. Luigi. As Dragan blocks it, it'll be a throw-in. Cosmos will win their 3rd Transatlantic Challenge Cup and send a message back to Europe and down to South America that against top flight competition, they're so very tough. In the same week that the U.S. national team drew with Italy. Moyers, a member of that national side. Back to Bogi. Gerry Gray onside, moves in and scores. Gerry Gray, almost fitting considering the hard work he's done over the last 2 games in the midfield and on the back line against Maradona on Monday, and also today. Gerry Gray makes it 4-1.
Well, the Cosmos make it so easy. Players kept onside. Gerry Gray just knows the keeper has no chance. Keeps his cool, slots it home. And that's a little icing on the cake with just over a minute to go. And the Cosmos once again so tough here at home against these international opponents.
And you know who gets an assist? The bogeyman.
Well, Gerry Gray, a candidate for the Getty Player of the Game, although I think when the going was tough, it was Borja who did a lot of the damage out of midfield. There have been a lot of good players tonight, this afternoon, Bob. It's hard to pick one out.
Yes. Scoring on that goal, Bogi and Moyers assisting Gerry Gray at 88-27. It is now 4-1. Here comes Causio. There will be a presentation after the match, of course, as Canter breaks it up. Dragan does as well.
Well, there's usually a lap of honor, in fact. They give the trophy out. They used to give it out in the locker room, which was once they had the ludicrous situation of Seattle running around holding up a water bottle because they had no trophy to hold up. It's crazy, but now they've come to their senses and give the trophy out here instead of in the club room afterwards.
Dominicini into Causio. Seconds in the match. Causio for Marchetti with 4 seconds. Saved by Brcic to put the embellishment and the final touch on the Transatlantic Challenge Cup Championship for the Cosmos. Goals by Gerry, Stan Terlecki, Dragan, Vujovic, and Alan Green, all in the second half. And the Cosmos decisively over the prime power Barcelona on Monday, and today over Udinese, who had advanced past Fluminense on penalty kick.